Wow, man. So interesting article today that uh, we have, which is kind of it's kind of juicy when you get into this stuff. I used to think that like all these major clubs. Okay, I got to be honest. I used to think that like everything they did was like some sort of major, you know, uh, strictly business type of thing. Because these are major clubs. These are major ones, and everything they're doing is just like, so much a higher level. And oh my goodness, we're committed on such a higher level than you bastards, and blah blah blah. And I mean, I was there. I bought it. I was on it. Doggone it. Only to find out that a lot of the stuff they're doing, hell, man, it's for the same stuff we do in the 99s. For penis measuring. Pride and ego. I thought everything was like business with them. Maybe it's the new generation. I didn't think that they just had to like puff their chests out and do stuff to show how tough they were. Like they're already tough. Huh? I don't know, man. Anyway, this next story is interesting. It talks about how a Cold War between rival biker gangs on Cape Cod turned red hot. And it's a guy by the name of Chris Himpensteel wrote this article, and it's a look into the very small BS reasons these folks were doing the things they do. But it's an interesting read, so we're going to look at it and check it out right after this brief introduction. Go ahead, guys, bring that introduction up. And we'll be right back right after this. Clapping hands.
Swoosh.
Swoosh, swoosh. I don't know. I was just feeling it this morning. I just feeling it this morning. I can I feel it? Is it okay if I feel it? Is it okay? I mean, can I feel it, please? It takes a certain amount of gravitas to do this every day in front of you all. You got to build yourself up, of which I'm now still 304. Oh, I'm 342.1 right now. So you can follow me on my Fitbit and my Fitness Pal. J Bunch II stands for John Bunch II. Today is a somber day in the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, as today is the day that we lost 1 year ago 3 of our comrades, three of our brothers, one brother and two sisters, actually, of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. We lost the president and his wife, and we lost a sister of the cross of the Black Sabbath Nation on a highway headed east on I-40 to east on I-40 to going to Black Wall Street, which would be happening this weekend. And it was at mile marker 22 and a half in the center median, where a wrong way drunk driver was running at what witnesses say were speeds at above 100 miles an hour. Our pack was traveling in the left lane. A car right before them saw this effing idiot barreling down on them, and that car was able to swerve and miss him. And when that car swerved, the pack saw something that was almost impossible to process. A speeding bullet coming at them head on. I believe the vice president at the time, his name was Black. He was riding next to his president, Cuban. And he screamed at him. And Cuban and him dodged kind of left towards the median. And the truck, it was a pickup truck coming at them head on. The pickup truck dodged right. So they went that way and the pickup truck went that way with them. And so there was no way to like run off into the median because the pickup truck went into the median with them. And he hit them head on and ran over the entire goddamn pack. Cuban was perhaps with his wife on the back, perhaps immediately killed, maybe not. What I've learned is why you see so many fires when these wrecks occur, and that's because you got that big 6 pound or 6 gallon or 5.5 gallon gas tank sitting right on your chest, right between your legs. And when a truck hits you or a car hits you fast enough or hard enough, it ruptures that tank and blows you away, blows up that tank. And so that's why you see so many fires. So the instant hit caused an immediate explosion. And Black explained that he was able to avoid being run over because at some point he realized he was about to die. And if you can imagine traveling at highway speeds with not necessarily having your protective clothing on, right? You're in a t-shirt or whatever. Can you imagine making a decision to unass a motorcycle? Whatever's coming is so scary that you make a decision to dive to the ground rather than stay on the motorcycle. Split second decision making that saves your life. Phew. What kind of strength, presence of mind does it take to make that kind of decision? It's the flight or fight instinct. He pushed himself off the motorcycle as far as he could as it exploded underneath him and caught him afire. Faris, the next sister of the cross in line, was run over and her body thrown into the prospect, which threw him off of his motorcycle. He just crossed over about a week and a half ago, by the way, or maybe a month now, 2 weeks, something. I forget. It wasn't long. It wasn't too long ago. He's now called Kuyan, some sort of Louisiana name. Kuyan. You guys in Louisiana know what that name means. But her body threw him off his motorcycle, which probably saved his life. And then Joker had to leave his motorcycle. And he was able to push off his motorcycle and jump off as well. And then that left Pink, the final sister of the cross, who was able to get her motorcycle to a stop and then fell over. And as soon as she got up, she saw that her husband, Black, was afire. And she screamed at him, "You're on fire." And the rest of the bodies of my brothers and sisters were exploded like a bomb, pieces everywhere. A femur here, a leg there, a pelvis here. I saw them with my own two eyes. A year ago that happened. And the person is still walking around free on some sort of bail or something until the trial. And so we want to honor the memory of President Cuban and our fallen brothers and sisters. We want to honor them for representing us so proudly and being such wonderful members. You know, part of being Black Dragon of Black Dragon Biker TV, it brings this sort of kind of like I don't know, celebrity that I'll never really quite get used to. You know, I'm a guy who picked up a cell phone one day and just started filming, just like this. So I started off like this. Eventually, I got a selfie stick, but just really, I was a guy that picked up a cell phone. I don't really even own a camera to this day. I still do most of my filming on a cell phone. And so when people come up and they're, "Oh my God, you're Black Dragon, blah, blah, blah," I'm just like, dude, I'm just a guy with a cell phone. But I remember when I met a young prospect named Fall Risk, now became Sister of the Cross Fall Risk, how excited she was to meet Black Dragon. So many people have come to this motorcycle club because of this thing here. And when I when I think of how excited she was to meet Black Dragon. When I went there when she crossed over and became a Sister of the Cross, I actually went to Louisiana and I got to see that. And the last memory I have in my mind of her was last memory I had in my mind of her was how excited she was. Like she had come to this club and, oh my God, I'm meeting Black Dragon. And she was so excited to tell me all about, you know, her motorcycle and her crossing over and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I just get choked up and broken up because I don't want to be the reason that you came to this club and freaking died. I just don't. I don't like that. I don't. It doesn't do well with me. And I just never forget that smile. She was so happy to be a Black Sabbath. So happy to be a sister of the cross of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, North Shore chapter. And Irish, Cuban's wife, was so happy to be a goddess of the cross of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, North Shore chapter, North Shore, Louisiana chapter, and President Cuban. Man, he called me up one day. Took him about 3 or 4 years to get that check. I tell you, getting motorcycle clubs in order is not an overnight thing. And it took, we would talk. He came to me from Black Dragon Biker TV. He called me up one day and said, I want to start a chapter. And I'm going, oh God, I hear this all the time. And he said, if you give me an opportunity, I'll make you a chapter. You will never disappoint. What do I have to do? So I laid out, this is what's going to have to be done. It took him years. He'd call me on the phone. Sometimes I hadn't heard from him for a month or 2, 3 months. It's okay, man. It happens all the time. I'm still working on it. And he worked on it and worked on it until he made his dream come true. He made his dream of being a Black Sabbath come true. And I tell you, the opposition was heavy. It's not easy to put motorcycle clubs up anymore. Chapters, it's not easy to put chapters up anymore. There's all these coalitions and this and that and the other, and we're not letting any new clubs in. It's incredible. But he did it. He brought together in a chapter. You have to have 7 people to start a Black Sabbath chapter. He got his people together. You have to have 7 full patch riding brothers. Everybody's got to have a job, legal source of income. Everybody's got to have a motorcycle, whole bunch. That's stuff you got to do. He brought that shit together. Took him 2, 3 years before he got it all together. We've had chapters come together real fast, and we've had chapters take 5 years to come together. You know, most motorcycle clubs only last 5 years. New clubs gone in 3 years, 50%. The other 50% are gone in 5. Or 50% are gone in 3, and 50% of those that last only are gone in 5. Only 25% of motorcycle clubs that start ever even make it. So he would be proud today. Joker became president. And then a year later, there was another peaceful transition, and now Black is president. They rebuilt themselves. When I went to the hospital to see him, God, I thought they would be destroyed. But what they were, when Black Dragon walked in the door, they came alive. They were defeated. They were defeated. And this is why it's important that you stand with your people. Because when Black Dragon walked in that door, they came alive. And I was blown away that they had those goddamn colors wrapped around them in the hospital bed. They were all in one room. Kind of reminds me of the show Walking Dead. There was a section where they finally got, after being out on the road forever and ever, they finally got to this one community where they eventually made their home. And this community had homes and stuff in it, and an empty house. It was all walled and everything. And they all could go and have their own house. But every single one of them went to one room in a house, and they fell down on the floor and they slept together. First night, decent night of sleep they all had, all in one room, all together. It reminded me of that, because these These folks were all in one hospital room. All of them had gone through hell. They could have all been in there. They were all in one emergency room little section. Everybody, including the prospect's mother, who is now, I think, a goddess prospect. And Kuyan, I keep thinking the prospect. I mean full patch brother Kuyan. Everybody was all in that room. All they had was each other. And when I saw them in those tattered, destroyed vests with those colors on, they held on to that, man. They held on to that. And I knew that they would be our family forever. Forever, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath forever. So Cuban's father is at the site of the accident today. Mile marker 22 and a half in the median, westbound side of I-40. If you get by there, please take a moment to stop safely, cross the highway, and drop some love. A flower, a thought, or if you don't have time, you just pass by mile marker 22 and a half, I-40, and say a prayer for the souls of my brothers and sisters. I would absolutely appreciate that. And the Father will be there. If you happen to see him, stop by and give him your love. We love you, Brother Cuban, Sister Irish, Sister Fall Risk. And to the Louisiana chapter, North Shore, goddamn proud of y'all. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Okay, I'm back. I had to leave for a second. So today's story, 23 minutes in, and wow. So I will cut this up in two pieces because you guys get mad. He rambled for 22 minutes. I didn't get my story. So let's go ahead, guys, and bring up this screen for me. This it looks like wow. Okay, fine. The software is working slowly. That's interesting. Okay. Boom, there it is. All right. How Cold War between rival biker gangs on Cape Cod turned red hot. So this is an interesting story. I wanted to read it to you guys. It's really interesting. So the Pagans and Hell's Angels. So it says a newly unsealed FBI search warrant reveals how a turf war between rival biker gangs in southern Massachusetts sparked a bloody 50-man street brawl. Do you guys remember that? Which resulted in several gang members being stabbed and bludgeoned. Of course, they're going to call them gang members. That's what the story says. I'm just reading the story. Don't get mad at me. The heavily redacted warrant, which was filed by an FBI task force officer and unsealed Thursday, details how the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club and their supporters came to blows with the rival club called the Pagans. It's horrible. They called the Hells Angels a motorcycle gang, but they called the Pagans a club, a rival club. But anyway, we won't draw distinctions here. How the Hells Angels and the Pagans came to blows in May 2022 over the latter's encroachment in their territory. So the latter meaning the Pagans' encroachment in the Hells Angels territory. Both the Hells Angels and Pagans are well-established outlaw motorcycle, we say clubs, with a history of crimes across the country ranging from narcotics trafficking to racketeering. They also can't stand each other, harboring a long-simmering feud that occasionally flares up into violence. According to the warrant, tensions boiled over between the gangs, clubs, in April of 2022, as the Pagans, who were new in the region, opened a chapter in Fall River. The small city is located on the southern Massachusetts coast near the Rhode Island border in an area where the Hells Angels long held sway. But the Hells Angels had been neglecting the area of late. The warrant states they had allowed a chapter in the area to lie dormant for over a decade. Well, you don't be supposed to be leaving those chapters dormant, I guess. That ain't the thing to do. And as a result, that left room for the Pagans to expand. And they quickly moved into nearby Fall River. The Hells Angels, taking notice of this encroachment, reestablished their presence in Cape Cod, putting up a sign outside their newly christened clubhouse to announce their return. It was apparent from this change that the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club was intending to reassert its dominance in south coastal Massachusetts, the warrant said. Around the same time, the Hells Angels put out a nationwide green light order against the Pagans, the warrant said. I wonder how they know this. I guess the warrant said that. I wonder what the receipts are for that. We got to kind of believe these stories, but that's a hell of a charge. The Hells Angels put out a nationwide green light on the Pagans. Hey, I'm just reading the story. I don't know if that's true or not. This is what the story says that the warrant said. Although we have known warrants not to necessarily be the truth, but I digress. Anyway, around the same time, the Hells Angels put out a nationwide green light order against the Pagans, the warrant said, citing minutes recently seized from a Hells Angels meeting. Somebody wrote that in some minutes in a meeting? I don't believe that. The green light gave Hells Angels members the go-ahead to attack on sight any Pagans members, according to the court document. The confrontation came soon after. On the morning of May 14th, more than 100 Hells Angels riders gathered at a rest stop in Bridgewater. That's Bridgewater, Massachusetts, to fuel their bikes en route to the Pagans Clubhouse in Fall River. Their ranks included the Hells Angels Salem chapter, which a confidential informant told the task force. Ha! These confidential informants, bro, they're everywhere. A confidential informant told the task force is a power player among the gang's Massachusetts chapters, the warrant said. Local allies of the group, including the Sidewinders motorcycle gang, we say clubs, offered backup. Gang members, club members, talked, bought snacks, and snapped pictures for social media. Here that social media word is. Snap pictures for social media so that they could just go there and snatch them down before embarking on a ride that would end up with several people stabbed and beaten on the street. Do you really snap social media pictures before going to a beatdown? Is that the protocol? Man, where's the discipline? But anyway, a hunting we shall go, a hunting we shall go. Hi-ho the Mario. Cameras operated by the Fall River Police Department. Here we are. Those cameras again. I keep telling y'all about these cameras. And show after show, you can believe that we're probably just as tracked by cameras as they are in Europe. If not, only slightly less so. Okay? They're going to use them cameras to get you every time, bro. Cameras operated by the Fall River Police Department tracked the 100-strong group of bikers as they rode the Fall River and carried out the attack. According to the document, a faction of about 40 Hells Angels broke off from the main group and rode to the Pagan stronghold. Pagans members, along with their girlfriends and wives, gathered inside and outside the clubhouse as they passed. The Hells Angels returned a few minutes later from the opposite direction, the warrant said. This time, about 25 riders stopped their bikes, dismounted, and descended on the Pagans gathered outside with knives, hammers, and clubs. An additional dozen or more Hells Angels Motorcycle Club members and associates were present at the scene and provided support by blocking traffic and serving as lookouts during the attack, the warrant said. According to the warrant, the sidewalk outside the clubhouse became a battlefield, and the 24 Hells Angels swarmed 6 or 7 Pagans targets. One Pagans member was impaled with a dagger, which was still protruding from his upper body when the police made it to the scene. Several others sustained injuries, including stabbings and blunt force trauma. Several Hells Angels brandished ball-peen hammers, a signature weapon of the motorcycle club, the warrant said. When the attack was over, notable amounts of victims' blood had been splattered on both sidewalks, the sides of nearby cars, and buildings, and one motorcycle visor recovered from the scene, the warrant said. The bloody melee lasted just a few minutes. All in all, 7 victims were transported to regional hospitals. For my listening audience, here's a picture on the ground. An image pulled from court documents shows a member of the Pagans Motorcycle Club with a knife sticking out of his arm following a bloody battle with the Hells Angels. And I'll be damned. I mean, it's hard to see. Where's my magnifying glass? Wow. There's I'll be darned. There's an actual dagger sticking out of his arm. Ouch. I mean, ouch. How the hell does one, you're not supposed to pull the dagger out of your arm, right? You're supposed to wait till medical authorities arrive, because pulling it out could cause a blood spill that can kill you. Whenever people got daggers in them, leave them daggers in. Let the professionals take them out. When it was over, the warrant said, authorities suspect the Hells Angels retreated to their reclaimed Cape Cod clubhouse. Investigators surveilling the property watched as cars and motorcycles sped away from the gated stronghold. Their drivers scattered in various directions wearing different clothes. The presence of many HAMC members in Westport also suggests that weapons and other incriminating items from the crime scene could have been concealed at the clubhouse shortly after the attack, the warrant read. Could have been. In the days following the incident, a confidential informant, another snitch, dang, they got a lot of damn snitches. In the days following the incident, a confidential informant told investigators that the Hells Angels planned the attack because, and I'm thinking, because the gun running operations from Ireland to the south of Costa Rica were interrupted. I mean, that's got to be the reason. Why? Right? It's got to be something big like that. It's got to be, they encroached on our east grain manufacturing distribution system and our cattle milking farms, right? That had to be the reason of this fight. It couldn't be for the reason they're getting ready to say. In the days following the incident, a confidential informant told investigators that the Hells Angels planned the attack because, oh my God, drum roll, please. because the Pagans Motorcycle Club members had disrespected the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. You got to be kidding me. That's the reason? That's the reason? Disrespect? That's the reason? Well, damn. Hey. That was simple. Okay. I thought we were going to get something here. I thought a golden goose laying egg was about to be found. Nah. It was the same old penis measuring disrespect. Because the PMC had disrespected the HAMC and the latter needed to reassert their dominance. Man, what these kids are fighting over these days. It wasn't Fall River's first biker gang clash. In 2019, members of the Hells Angels Ally Sidewinders Club engaged in a gunfight with the Outlaws motorcycle gang. They say. We say clubs. The Fall River Herald News reported. After the 2022 attack, the city of Fall River closed down the Pagans' former clubhouse. And that's what happens. They come shut your clubhouse down. They will do that. We've seen it before. They closed down the Pagans' former clubhouse and moved ahead with plans to revitalize the neighborhood. How is shutting my clubhouse down revitalizing this old crummy-ass neighborhood? It was crummy before I got here. I always tell people, you put a motorcycle club chapter always in the ghetto, in a neighborhood that needs to be revitalized, because the ghetto's happy to see you come. You don't stick these things out in the suburbs. You'll be out of there in a heartbeat. You put them in the ghetto, you know, black ghetto, white ghetto, whatever. You put them in the ghetto. That way, everybody's happy to see you come because motorcycle clubs bring stability to blighted neighborhoods. It's just when the neighborhood's unblight and the gentrification takes place, and now your clubhouse that was worth $200,000 when you bought it is worth $4 million now, that they be trying to get you the hell up out of there. But anyway, I digress again. They took their clubhouse and went ahead with plans to revitalize the neighborhood. In July of that year, the FBI raided multiple Hells Angels properties, including the reestablished clubhouse, where the MC put up a sign to advertise its return to the region. It doesn't appear the two groups have come to public blows since the massive Fall River brawl, but yet another confidential informant still cautioned the task force that the further violence against PMC would likely follow. Wow, man. Wow. So there you have it. Interesting story. How much of it is true, we'll never know. We do know that newspaper articles and stuff like that don't always have the full story. I haven't done any independent research. I'm just reading the article. I thought it was interesting, so I'm sharing it with you. There will be people that know more than this. They'll say, Black Dragon, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But it was an interesting story that came out of the affidavit, not the affidavit, but the search warrant. Somebody read the search warrant and wrote a story based on the search warrant. So anyway, wow. 200 of you guys today. Wow. Must have been an interesting story for you guys too. So we would absolutely appreciate it if you like, shared, follow, and subscribed. Wouldn't that be cool? And let me add this too. You can get my daily online magazine, bikerliberty.com. I would love it if you guys would go to bikerliberty.com and put that in your favorites. Appreciate that. You can also support the channel $BikerPrez, Prez, on Cash App. And then, of course, we have a super chat button. You can use that if you want. My mother always used to tell me you can recognize the truth when you hear it because the truth has a ring of familiarity to it. It sounds like something you've heard before, even though it might be brand new. Hit that like button, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Black Dragon Biker TV can be found on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And you can get all my books, Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, all available on Amazon, Kindle, or at blackdragonsgear.com, where you can also get your autographed copy. Or if you want me to make like the most money, buy it from blackdragonsgear.com. We'd appreciate it. The Prospects Bible is available as a Audible book. You can get it on audible.com. Join our daily podcast, The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get your podcasts. The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. L is L-A-I-R, not layer, L-A-Y-E-R. Please join our Discord link. The link to the Discord channel is in the description box below. We'd love to have you on Discord hanging out with us. And if you need to reach me, I'm Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. There's 2 B's in Sabbath. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. We'd absolutely appreciate that. And my number here inside the studio, I'm not hard to find. It's 404-692-0336. 404-692-0336. That's how you can find me here inside the studio. Well, y'all, another great day. 41 minutes. No need to talk this to death. Sorry I didn't really get a chance to get to your comments today. I see the comment section is blowing up, bro. So we hope these guys, don't hurt each other. I can't really complain because they kind of did something that I've been asking for all the time. Like, why take this to somebody else's clubhouse? Why don't you guys do this at y'all's own clubhouses? It looks like they did that. Didn't involve any civilians. They actually blocked off the street. And that sort of thing. There was a whole lot against a whole lot, or against a few. I guess that's the way you're supposed to attack with an army. But no, they kept it to the clubhouse. They kept it to those people's clubhouse. It was between them. They blocked off the street. They didn't let any civilians get in it. And nobody got shot, man. They handled that stuff mano a mano, man. They I don't. Hey, don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm out of here. I love you guys. To my fallen club brothers and sisters, may God bless your souls. May you rest in eternal peace. To the North Shore chapter, so very proud of you guys. And to my audience, I love y'all. Thank you so much. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. And get skinny. Oh, lose that weight, man. Lose that weight.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
the first book I'm definitely gonna be looking at is
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?